Let's get started with our first news. Backstage tensions erupted when Khamzat unexpectedly crossed paths with Ian Gary, leading to a sudden and heated confrontation. Witnesses say Khamzat walked straight toward Gary with that familiar intensity, and before anyone could process what was happening, the energy in the room shifted. Voices rose, footsteps moved in closer, and the atmosphere became charged in an instant. Khamzat stepped forward, and the moment their eyes locked, everything escalated. Gary tried to keep it cool at first, offering a calm, good job tonight, but Khamzat wasn't having it. His response was sharp, direct, the type of tone that sends a message without needing many words. Gary answered with, "Ready to go. For you." Then Khamzat snapped back, "No, I'm on." It was clear the tension had become real. Suddenly, Khamzat shoved Gary, pushing the situation into full confrontation mode. People nearby immediately jumped in, trying to break it up, trying to stop things before they went any further. You could hear someone say, "Whoa, come on, relax, boys." But the adrenaline was already running high. Gary kept talking, clearly frustrated, calling Khamzat's behavior childish, pointing out that someone who wants to be a champion shouldn't be acting this way. "You're meant to be a champion in this sport. Look at you," he said, his voice sharp, cutting through the noise. "Your friend just won. Don't ruin his moment. Our man? Congratulations." Even while he was speaking, he tried holding his ground, refusing to let the shove slide without addressing it. Khamzat, still heated, kept moving, kept talking, while others continued holding them apart. The backstage area buzzed with tension, people whispering, cameras trying to capture the chaos, and fighters nearby glancing over their shoulders to see what was happening. What started as a simple backstage encounter quickly turned into a real altercation, one that had everyone stepping back, watching closely, and wondering how close this came to becoming something much bigger. In the end, people stepped between them. The moment cooled just enough, and the situation finally broke apart, but the message was clear. This rivalry just became personal. Move on to another news. Islam Makhachev's teammate, Sagid Isagakmaev, faced a tough night in his UFC debut. Sagid stepped into the octagon full of anticipation and determination, ready to make a statement, but despite his preparation and heart, he came up short. The fight went the distance, and in the end, it was Nicholas Dolby who edged out the victory via split decision. As the final bell rang and the judge's decision was announced, Sagid's emotions took over. He fell to his knees, absorbing the weight of the moment. All the training, the sacrifices, and the hopes of a big debut came crashing down in that instant. Islam Makhachev, ever the supportive teammate, immediately rushed to his side, helping him up and guiding him backstage. It was a gesture of true camaraderie, showing the world that even in defeat, there's respect, care, and unity. Nicholas Dolby, on the other hand, entered this fight carrying his own pressure. He had been on a two-fight losing streak, and the weight of those losses hung over him like a cloud. After the fight, Dolby admitted that this victory took a huge load off his shoulders. For better or worse, this job, if you have 3 bad workdays in a row, your contract might be on the line, he said. The statement reflected the intense scrutiny and stakes that come with being a professional fighter at the highest level. Every performance matters, and the pressure to win is relentless. Dolby continued, acknowledging that while this win alleviates some of that pressure, it doesn't mean he will simply coast into his next fight. "That doesn't mean I'm just going to go cash in on the next fight," he explained. "I still want to perform. I still want to prove myself, but at least this takes some pressure off there." His words resonated with many fighters and fans alike, highlighting the mental toughness and constant drive required in the UFC. Meanwhile, Sagid Isagakmaev's debut, though ending in defeat, showcased his potential, heart, and resilience. The fight was competitive, and despite falling short on the scorecards, he walked out with valuable experience, the support of his teammate, and lessons that will fuel his journey forward. Losses like these, while tough in the moment, often lay the foundation for future breakthroughs. Islam's support and the professionalism of both fighters underscored the respect and dedication that defines the sport, proving that even in loss, there are moments of triumph and growth. Move on to another news. In the co-main event, Ian Gary delivered a commanding performance, defeating Bilal Muhammad via unanimous decision. From the very start, Gary controlled the pace, showcased his striking precision, and maintained composure under pressure, leaving no doubt in the judges' minds. After the fight, Ian didn't hold back, calling for a title shot against Islam Makhachev, making it clear he is ready to step into the welterweight elite and claim what he believes is his rightful place. The reaction to Ian's victory was mixed across the MMA world. Kamaru Usman wasn't impressed, responding online with nothing more than a yawning emoji, signaling a lack of concern or perhaps a challenge to Gary's bold claim. Charles Oliveira, however, recognized the victory, praising Ian's performance, while Ariel Helwani scored the fight at 30-27 for Gary. Henry Cejudo agreed. Ian clearly won the fight, but expressed that he doesn't think Ian deserves the next title shot immediately. Instead, he suggested a rematch with Shout Rachmanov in March, while maintaining that Kamaru Usman should be next to face Islam for the belt. Other analysts weighed in, with Caio Bajayo arguing that the decision itself doesn't matter because the path for the title is now clearer, pointing to Carlos Praz as the next legitimate contender. Tim Welch expressed strong belief in Ian's potential, stating that he is a future world champion. John Anik added that if we consider pure meritocracy based on performance, Ian Gary should absolutely be next to challenge Islam Makhachev. In his post-fight interview, Ian was fiery and confident, asserting dominance and setting the tone for what's to come. "Certainly took care of business tonight," he said. "You can't stop me. He couldn't take me down. And Islam, he came to your camp and he couldn't do it, so try to do it yourself. Ring that belt, bring that record, and I will see you wherever you want, my friend. All the best." He continued with relentless confidence, declaring, "So Islam, you try to take me now. And I'm telling you, I'm the best in the world. You have a duty to defend that belt against the best welterweight on the planet, and you're looking at him. It's Ian Gary. You come into my division, show up wherever you want in the world, and I'll be there, taking that throne from you and ending that continuous streak. You're done. Nobody is getting in the way of me, my future, and my dreams. Sign the contract, and I will see you soon." Ian Gary made it clear tonight that he is no longer just a contender. He is a force ready to challenge the very best in the division, and his sights are set firmly on the welterweight championship. Move on to another news. In the main event, Arman delivered an impressive performance, defeating Dan Hooker via arm triangle choke in the second round. From the opening bell, Arman displayed superior technique, composure, and timing, setting up the choke with precision before securing the tap. Commentators and analysts alike were quick to praise the performance, calling it one of Arman's best displays yet. Henry Cejudo immediately weighed in, stating that Arman is clearly the fighter to dethrone Ilia. Luke Thomas echoed the sentiment, suggesting that Ilia's next fight should be against Arman, highlighting that this is by far the best performance he's ever seen from Arman. MMA experts agreed that Arman has earned the right to face the top of the division, while discussions around future matchups also pointed to Justin Gaethje versus Paddy Pimblett as the next logical booking for the UFC. Tim Welch captured the live reaction as the submission unfolded. He's going head and arm, one of his best moves. Head and arm choke, and it's deep. God, that's GG's. That is GG's, I think. Oh God, look at his head. Not good. Not good, he exclaimed as the crowd erupted in applause for the decisive finish. The technical mastery displayed by Arman had fans and analysts alike on their feet. Hamza Chimaev was in Arman's corner for the fight, providing support and encouragement. After the victory, Arman celebrated by picking him up and walking around the cage, sharing the moment with his team and the audience. The energy in the arena was electric, with fans applauding, cheering, and capturing every second of the celebration. "Come over here," Arman said with a smile, acknowledging the fans and his team. The atmosphere was full of excitement and respect for his dominance inside the octagon. In his post-fight interview, Arman made his intentions clear. "Yeah, just the only guy who wanted to fight me. Everybody ran out, especially if you're here, come on. Hey, we've got a face on. There is just one contender. Number one is Arman. Don't make an easy fight. Yes, of course. Everybody knows I have to fight for the title, and I'm ready at the end of January. Just send me the contract and I'll be there." Arman's performance, confidence, and post-fight statements make it clear that he is not just a contender, but a force to be reckoned with. His technique, timing, and unwavering focus in the cage solidify his position at the top, and the MMA world is now watching as he positions himself for a title shot. Tonight, Arman made a statement that cannot be ignored, and the path to the championship is set. Move on to another news. UFC Qatar has just wrapped up, and the action was electric inside the octagon. Here is your full mount MMA recap. Fans in Doha and around the world were treated to an incredible night of fights, with fighters showcasing skill, heart, and determination from the prelims to the main card. On the prelims, Ilia Topuria defeated Bekzat Almakhan via unanimous decision, improving his UFC record to 2-0. The performance demonstrated Topuria's technical ability, composure under pressure, and unwavering focus throughout the fight. Every strike, every movement, every decision in the octagon reflected a fighter fully prepared and hungry for success. Reactions from the MMA community poured in immediately. Merab Dvalishvili congratulated his teammate, saying, "Congratulations, my brother Alexandre, another great win in the UFC." The camaraderie and mutual respect among fighters were clear, highlighting the strength of the teams behind each athlete. In his post-fight interview, Ilia Topuria reflected on the victory with humility and gratitude. "I feel great. I don't know exactly how the performance was, but thank God. I cannot be disrespectful to my teammates, to the crew. I am grateful that right now, I'm standing in front of you with a victory. There are no secrets. You just need to believe in yourself and have a great team behind you. When you have this combination, anything is possible. If you work hard and truly, you can achieve it." Topuria continued, sharing his personal philosophy and ambition. "The only thing I can say about myself is that I'm a guy with ambition. Ambition is not about fame or recognition, but about putting myself in difficult moments and embracing the feelings, the challenge. I want to keep living this life, whether I win or lose. Today I won, but even if I had lost, the important thing is to be grateful that we are here, living a life that not many people get to live." He acknowledged his opponent's effort as well, showing respect for the warrior spirit. "I hear somebody's crying because I think he lost today, but he has to be grateful that he's here. He's living something very few people experience. This is painful, but it's life. Even in defeat, he's a warrior, and he should enjoy these 15 minutes in the octagon. That is the essence of fighting, the beauty of this sport, and the respect we have for one another." Ilia Topuria's words and performance reflected not just a victory, but the mindset of a fighter committed to growth, resilience, and honor inside the UFC. His journey is only beginning, and the MMA world will be watching as he continues to rise. Move on to another news. Things got intense at Friday's UFC Qatar weigh-ins when Arman and Dan Hooker stepped in for their face-off. What was supposed to be a standard stare-down instantly exploded into controversy after Arman suddenly threw a headbutt at Hooker, catching fans, media, and even security completely off guard. Security rushed in immediately, pushing both fighters apart before the moment escalated further. Meanwhile, Hooker appeared completely unfazed. He didn't flinch, didn't back up. He simply smiled and even laughed, brushing off the clash like it was nothing. The moment went viral within minutes, sparking a heated debate across social media. Arman faced heavy backlash from fans and analysts online. Many argued that if Hooker had been cut or suffered any kind of injury from the headbutt, the entire fight could have been canceled, costing both fighters their opportunity and months of preparation. It was a risky move, and people did not hold back their criticism. Speaking to ESPN MMA afterwards, Arman attempted to clarify why the headbutt happened. His explanation, however, left fans even more puzzled. When asked directly what happened during the face-off, whether Hooker instigated the moment, Arman insisted Hooker tried to scare him. "No, he tried to scare me," Arman said. "But no one can scare me. What does it tell you? He wanted to scare me, and I automatically wanted to kick his ass. No one should even try to scare me or try to punch me or whatever." His response didn't sit well with fans who felt the explanation didn't justify the headbutt. Many called it bizarre, pointing out that face-off intimidation is normal in MMA and rarely leads to physical contact outside the fight itself. Still, Arman doubled down on his mindset heading into the bout. Now fully in fight mode, he continued, "Now I want to make him so tired and just cut his whole face. And don't finish him too early. I want to make him take hard damage. That's my goal right now. It was a chilling message. Arman made it clear he's entering the octagon with intensity, emotion, and a point to prove. Whether he was truly provoked or simply reacting to the moment, the headbutt has already become one of the major storylines of UFC Qatar. The rivalry between Arman and Hooker has now hit a new level, and the fight itself carries even more heat, more emotion, and more anticipation than before. Move on to another news. Arman Tsarukyan made a statement in Saturday's UFC Fight Night in Qatar, submitting Dan Hooker in the second round and immediately calling out lightweight champion Ilia Topuria. Tsarukyan entered the octagon as a near 7-1 favorite, and he looked every bit the part, dominating the veteran Hooker from the opening bell. His precision, control, and aggression were on full display, and within 2 rounds, he secured a decisive victory via arm triangle choke, leaving no doubt about his position in the lightweight division. The UFC and its fans had a complicated relationship with Tsarukyan earlier this year. He pulled out of a lightweight title shot against Islam Makhachev on 24 hours' notice, which drew criticism and disappointment. However, he partially redeemed himself by stepping in as the backup fighter for Topuria versus Charles Oliveira, showing professionalism and dedication. This victory over Hooker seemed to complete his redemption arc, demonstrating that he belongs at the top of the division and ready for the challenges ahead. In his post-fight interview, Tsarukyan made his intentions clear. "He's the only guy who wanted to fight me," he said of Hooker. "Everyone else ran, especially Ilia. If you're here, come on, we need to face off. There's only one #1 contender. It's Arman Tsarukyan. Don't book an easy fight." His words were bold, confident, and unapologetic, signaling that he is now focused entirely on the championship and willing to confront anyone who stands in his way. Topuria, who was in Qatar cornering his brother, Alexandre Topuria, on the undercard, did not accept Tsarukyan's face-off challenge. It remains unclear whether he was cage-side at the time or if his absence was part of a UFC decision. Regardless, Tsarukyan's message was loud and unmistakable, establishing him as a major force in the lightweight division. As for Hooker, he struggled to find his rhythm in the fight. Known as the hangman, he needed to keep the fight standing to stay competitive. Instead, he twice pulled guard on Tsarukyan, playing directly into his opponent's strengths. Hooker attempted a guillotine choke when Tsarukyan shot for a takedown, but overcommitted on the submissions rather than using them to neutralize the takedown threat. Once on the ground, Tsarukyan was in total control, landing powerful ground strikes before locking in the fight-ending arm triangle choke. This performance solidified Arman Tsarukyan as a top contender in the lightweight division, demonstrating skill, strategy, and relentless aggression. His focus is now clear. He is determined to challenge Ilia Topuria and claim the UFC lightweight title. And the division is paying close attention to what comes next.